Right, so quick bonus knowledge. And we're looking at the points, right? The points and the points. Yeah, it's obvious this Pontifex Maximus, is to do with the needle points, right? And the chief high priest of the College of Pontiffs in the ancient Rome, right? So of course this is, basically fraudulent, all this stuff, but there's a lot of code hidden within it. Like this idea of patricians, so you got the CIA, for example, the CIA, the Kane, the patricide is to kill your father type of thing, right? And this is to do with the new man idea, right? If you remember the story of Cronus, Saturn castrated Cronus or Saturn, right? Castrated Uranus, that was meant to be his father, right? So this idea is about them getting rid of the old type of normal natural man, right? And replacing them with the new breed of trans man. That's what they view it as. And if you see down here, this one here, attributed to the second king of Rome, Numa Pompilius, like Numa, like Newman. If you know that like Newman, Gary Newman. If you remember that movie about the drag queens, it was called Hello Julie Newmar or something, right? So it's to do with this, Second king of Rome idea. Of course, all this is fake, but it's basically hidden code for what they're doing in that. As you see there, the Latin word for bridge. Maker, of course, maker, as in like the creator of transes, it makes them into trans. So the bridge, again, the bridge must be the bridge, the bridging the gap between the two genders. See, it's the bridge idea, bridge maker, right? And again, it's to do with the needles, the injections, and all that. And the head of the state clergy. So of course, anyone who is a pontiff is a point user, is an injector, a pontiff, like Hiram Abiff, a pontiff. Numa. This is our thing about that drag queen, Numa. Yeah, it's obviously an actress, and to Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar or something, and that was about transes, drag queens and that. Julie Newmar. So that's Newmar thing is to do with the Roman priesthood of pontiffs. So again, it's to do with being a trans user. Need to talk about it. Of course, the lie, July is 7, right? July is 7th month in the lie. So that's why I use that name. The Pontins holiday camp. They first grew up in 1946 in the Western Supermare. The horse hormones. And it cost of 23, 2 frees. So this is obviously Masonic as, and there's a 6. The 5 and the 6, like you see all the time. So you know what I mean? This is Pontins organisations, obviously all trances. Probably if you went in was a natural, you probably really get hated or something, you know what I mean? If you went on a holiday place. Unbelievable. Again, it's like a hex. That'll be a hex put in to keep naturals away, from this pontins. If you see what I mean, the hell idea, 195. That'll be a hex put in to keep naturals from wanting to go, you know what I mean? Because it must be a trans place, Harlem. And I was just thinking about the Ku Klux Klan, with the pointy hats on. Again, that's gotta be to do with it. A copyright, a Catholic pointed hat of conical form. So, they wonder to have the Coon heads idea, see? Because it's all needle users. Conical, the needle user. Just like all the cathedral spires and all that. Spires, spears, the spears, the pierce on the cathedrals. It's all based on the trans hormone, the needle users. So some people think that the religion come first, before the trans. No, the trans came first, then the religion followed. See, the religion's based on the trans. 1,000%. So see you have the spears, spires or whatever, spires on the Gothic cathedrals, right? And obviously the shape, the spires is the pierce or the spear, the pierce or the spear, it's the same, right? Of course, some of these cathedrals are supposed to be thousands and thousands of years old, So, work it out. Work it out yourself, when did they come up with the syringe, run the boot, Wait, I think there's a few stories here, some quite early, but run about, like 1600 maybe, what I mean, that type of thing. 1500, 1600, at earliest, what I mean. You see, there's the pierce or the spear. Totally based on the needle. Needle goes into the skin and injects hormones. And end off in the spirit, like the spirit, And you see, it even basically needle spires and Hertfordshire spikes. So you know what I mean? You can just work it out, what it's based on. The spire could be constructed of masonry. And of course, this one here, Gothic church spire, originated in the 12th century, so you can stick another couple of hundred years on. Now, if they say that, it's got to be at least, maybe 300 years later or something, you know what I mean? But basically, that spells it out, doesn't it? Tells you what it's about. And Nauru again, another name for it, Nauru. So, it's all based on the trans hormones, like it's all religion, end up. Pete Spires. Or at the end there's a deacon. And putting Pearson, like, and you get this trans. This is obviously every trans, right? But it's interesting the Pearson because you take the I out and you've got person, right? So think about that, like a person. So basically the whole thing, as we know, is created by them. So it must be, there's things written about people making distinctions in law about being a person and an actual, a living man or something, stuff like that, you know what I mean? To be a person, like I person, so there's definitely a distinction in the sort of on the low between a trans and a normal person, a natural person. Obviously, they're going to use this Pearson. I've done a video with Alison Pearson, obviously son of Piers, and quite a few, English pastor. So a lot of rectors and pastors and vicars and priests and all that called the Pearson, especially around about that time, because that's when we're sort of creating the system, setting it in place. So a lot of Pearsons about in the church and all that, Christian leaders, all this, Presbyterians, because we're basically establishing the system round about that period. A lot of Pearsons about. Suffragist Emily Pearson. So of course all transes, Nicholas Pearson. Belgian Jesuit. Very lot of religious ones there connected with it, Christ was supposedly pierced by the lance of Longinus. Longinus, the lance, Longinus. So of course, again, it's the day with the injection. The pierced. Again, this is corresponding like the pentagram with the 5 holy wounds. So, the day with the wounds is the day with the little needle entrance, right? They call the holy lance, right? And then you become a convert to Christianity, trans. You convert, become a trans, right? And if you didn't know, right, the world's leading medical journal, where all the doctors reading all this, right, all across the world, is the Lancet. So the T-Lance, the T-Lance. So there's the health again, So this is a total trans publication, And the T-Lance. So the whole medical system is run by transes and is all about transes. Things like the lance in names. This one used to be on neighbours and that. Of course, all trans users. I think I've done a video on this one before. If I show it again, read Lance Armstrong. If you're called Lance Armstrong, you've got to be a trans user, right? And Edward, the middle name's Edward, like the Duke of Freemasonry, the Duke of Kent. And the gun is also the metaphor for the trans, right? But of course, this one was known for injecting some drugs into the arm or something. That had to be a cover-up for the fact he was actually a trans user, a total FTM trans user. And so they sort of give that hex about injecting other type of drugs. And he's involving the trans athletes, well, you know what I mean? Well, he is one, you know what I mean? But I'm not whether he's meant to be against it or pro or whatever, but you know what I mean? It's all garbage anyway, because they're all transes anyway. All the professional athletes and that.